Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this week I was really feeling like doing a sit down video, which made me think I should make a favorites video for the month of May because I did have a lot of favorites this month that I just wanted to share. Let's get into the video. Let me see everything I have. So I have food and drinks, media and entertainment, lifestyle and self-care, music, and body care. Out into media and entertainment, there's a lot of things that I have been consuming this month related to shows that I've just been really loving. They make me feel so nostalgic. For shows, the first thing I have on here is Everybody Hates Chris. I started watching this show because it reminds me of my childhood, and it reminds me of the time where we'll just be at the table eating and we're just laughing at the show or relating to something within it, and that makes me feel very nostalgic as I'm somebody who really loves the feeling of nostalgia. The show is just so relatable, especially with the character Chris. To give you a little bit of a summary, if you never watched Everybody Hates Chris, Everybody Hates Chris is basically Chris Rock's personal experience as he grew up in the 1980s in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I find it very interesting how he ties his personal life and was able to make it into a show for many people to really enjoy or relate to. Next, we have Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-joo. So this is one of my favorite K-dramas as it is very warm. Whenever I watch this drama, it makes me feel like love is so real. Like every single time, I'm like, oh my goodness. Falling in love seems like the best thing ever. For a more detailed summary, I would say it's the story of Kim Bok-joo, who is a weightlifting student at this current university, and she develops feelings for her old classmate, which is Jun-hung. He kind of does bother her a little bit at the beginning of the K-drama, but over time they end up becoming friends. They end up actually becoming friends because he finds out that Kim Bok-joo has feelings for his older brother, and he's like, okay, I'll try to help you out. But over time he ends up developing feelings for her, and it's just like this nice, like slow build-up kind of thing. It's not one of those dramas where it's overly extended. It's just like the perfect timeline, and then when they actually do get together, it's just the sweetest thing on the planet. I just really love this K-drama. It's the one thing that has really been making me feel very cozy and warm in the month of May. And now the next show, which is Regular Show. So Regular Show is a show that I really love, mainly because it's nostalgic and it has synth music in it. I don't know what it is about me and synth music, but I love it a lot. I also really love how random the show is, how it was kind of just an idea of, hey, we're just gonna do this and that's gonna be the episode. Everything is just a random explosion. How they just end up in space the next day. They're like in their early 20s for sure. They're like early to mid 20s. It's just these two guys, Mordecai and Rigby, and they're just trying to go on through life and figure things out while working at a park, and they end up making so many friends and sharing their stories. I just love it so much. It's not relatable, but it's just nice to watch. I can literally watch the whole show, erase it, and then watch it again the next month. That is all of my TV shows that I've just been really loving and really connecting to. But let's get into everything else within the media category. Okay, so the next thing would be movie theater memberships. Now, I know that the main movie theater membership that is really popular right now is AMC, where you get access to so many things. But because I don't live close to an AMC, that's not the membership I have. I actually have a membership with my local movie theater, which is Silver Spot Cinema. I love it so much. Not only do you get early access to movies, but you also get throwback cinemas, which are about $7. I was able to see Harry Potter. I was able to see Twilight, Pride and Prejudice, Shrek 1 and 2 in theaters, which I didn't have that experience to do when I was a kid because I was just born. When the first Harry Potter came out, I don't think I was even born yet. It came out in 2001 and I was born in 2001. But it made me so happy that I was actually able to watch Shrek and other movies like Harry Potter in person because as a kid, I couldn't do that. And along with the membership, you also get, rewards that you can get like free popcorn, free movie tickets, all these different things. So I would always recommend a membership, especially with a movie theater. Next, libraries. Guys, we have to take advantage of libraries. I do fear in the future libraries won't be something that we might not have access to. I'm not even saying that in like a way to like scare people. It's just more in a way of just like, I don't know if enough people are taking advantage of libraries when they have so much to offer. Like they have online resources such as language classes. They have, if you want to learn computer science, you can learn computer science. If you want to get into graphic design, you can. All for free because you have just a library card, and that is very abundant. That's something you have access to. So there's something that you've been really wanting to learn. The library is where you can get the access to be able to do that. The library has also given me a space that is a third space. It's not work and it's not home. It's another space where I can be with other people that maybe they're into similar interests in me, or maybe I don't know anything about them and we can meet each other and become friends. Another thing that the library gives you access to are clubs. My local library offers a lot of really cool clubs. Like they have language learning clubs, yoga clubs, gaming clubs, obviously book clubs as well. You're gaining so many things. You have your online resources, you have your in-person resources, you have a third space, and then you also have access to the physical media like books, music, movies as well that you can rent. I just hope that over time more people, take advantage of libraries because they really do have a lot to offer. They're really good for your local community and your just local area as well. And the last thing within my media and entertainment category is this new Domino's ad. It's so cute. It's literally so nostalgic. Every time I see this, it reminds me of literally my childhood when I would get out of school. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, but like, I really wish that we had something like really tasty to eat. And then my mom would order like Domino's or something. And I just love how it's designed as well with the little kid and the dog just dancing together. The art style is so cute. I love it so much. If you haven't seen this ad, because I don't think I can play the whole thing on my YouTube, you can either go to Domino's YouTube, I think they might have one, or you can go to their Instagram or social media and you can find the ad there. So yes, that's everything in my media and entertainment category. Now let's move into food and drink. So for food and drink, a lot of the things that I have in here, honestly, I love them all. I love them all. The first thing is homemade popcorn with popcorn kernels. Like the little ones that are just in a bag and you have to pop them yourself on the stove. You add a little bit of butter, you add your popcorn kernels, and it's a timely matter. Love it. You get to try different flavors. Like it's very immersive. Like you have to literally sit there and wait for the popcorn to cook, and you have to be the one to be like, okay, I have to make sure this is not burning. You get to experiment a lot with making your own popcorn, and you get to share it as well. If you have a new funky flavor that you're trying out, you get to share it with your friends and family, or you can share it with maybe your coworkers or anything like that. Or you can just eat yourself, and that's even better, you know what I mean? The other day I made a kettle corn. This is just a simple corn. I just made like a cheddar popcorn and then kettle corn, and I mixed it together. Perfect! Homemade popcorn is something that is super fun. It's super tasty. I would highly recommend this one. Another thing that is on here is cold brew tea specifically. So cold brew tea, it cuts the acidity that a lot of people don't really like. A lot of people really don't like hot tea or tea because it's super bitter. Certain teas can't have hot water. They need to have a certain temperature. Cold brew tea kind of cuts that out. It's a very slow process where you just put the cold water, put it in the fridge, and it will slowly steep into the water. It also is a bit sweeter. The tea will naturally extrude a little bit more sweetness into the cold brew as well. Another thing about cold brew tea is that it's super hydrating. It also lessens the caffeine levels slightly. Because the tea isn't boiling down all the leaves, the caffeine level is a little bit less. Well, that's something I actually worry about, especially at night when I'm about to go to sleep. I don't really want to have a tea that has a lot of caffeine in it because I don't want to mess up my sleep. Yes, that's just something that cold brew tea has to offer, and that's one thing I've been really liking in May. And then another thing within the food and drink category would be pour over coffee. These are the things I use to make my pour over coffee. I got this little pour over from Muji, I believe. And then my coffee strainers, they're just regular coffee strainers that you can get practically anywhere. So what I do is I put the strainer in here and I mold it to the shape, and then I add a little bit of water just to make sure that it's completely molded. And then I can put my coffee powder or whatever coffee, my grinded coffee in there, and then start to pour over. It really enhances the flavor quite well, and because it's a controlled brewing, it allows you to figure out how exactly you want this coffee to taste. Find that it's a very mindful brewing technique, as you really do have to sit there and wait for the coffee to brew. It's very slow, and you really get that time to really just sit there and be like, as you're getting ready in the morning. Pour over coffee is also very portable. You could just put this whole thing in your luggage, which I've actually done before, then boom, you can take it with you anywhere. It's also less acidic as well. Also with acid reflux, I would always recommend for you to use a coffee that has either no acidity in it or just less acidity in it. I actually can relate to you because my family member does have acid reflux, but what she uses is either a very dark coffee or a coffee that is completely acid free. Now you can control it. You can just get that really nice coffee feel. You can be able to enjoy your coffee again if you once weren't able to, which is very nice. And then lastly, within the food and drink category, we have mason jar teas. So mason jar teas are basically little teas that I make on a day-to-day at this point, where I just get a mason jar, I add my sweetener, I add my tea bag, warm water, let that steep for a little, add a bunch of ice. I don't take the tea bag out. I just add a bunch of ice, water, shake it up, done. You can take it with you anywhere. It's easy to transport. You can just put it in your bag, which I do a lot of the times. It's so good, and you can always try different teas every day, and you always have a little drink on you. Yes, that's everything in my food and drink category that I've been absolutely loving in May. Now let's get into the next one, which is music, which I'm super excited for. For music, I've been loving a lot of music this month. A lot of comebacks, specifically in K-pop, have been really nice, and just other music as well I've been really connecting to. I think that's the best way I can express how I connect with these songs, is how they literally make me feel, or the vibe that they give off. The first one we have is Wait On Me by Kai. This song just makes me feel very romantic. It makes me feel like I'm floating because his vocals are just chef's kiss, feel ethereal. It makes me also feel really energetic because whenever I hear the song, it makes me want to do the dance, and I love that feeling. The song also has that feeling of yearning as well, because the lyric is like wait for me. As he's delivering it, it changes throughout the song. I realized that a lot of the songs I've been really liking this month have leaned towards like R&B or slower. The next one is Gnarly by Cat's Eye. I know this song was either hit or miss for a lot of people, but I really liked it. It makes you feel like a baddie, like, you know, you're going out at night and you're having a good time with the girls, you know what I mean? It makes you feel very confident. It makes you also feel like you're at a rave. I haven't been to a rave before, but this is what I would expect, so that there would be there, or just like at a club or something. That's the kind of music that I feel like would be there, and yeah, I just love it. Definitely a confidence boost style song. I feel like all the girlies need that, you know what I mean? The girlies need a good confidence boost. The next one is Love Language by TXT. Bubbly, summery, buttery. Those are the words I would use to describe the song. I absolutely love Love Language. I love the choreo as well. TXT vocals always really resonate with me, especially in this song, Fairy Shampoo. It's a very beautiful song, and it reminds me so much of summer, which I really love. So another one of those songs where it's just like, oh, yes. The last one within the K-pop category would be Know About Me by NMIX. It has like this vibe to it. It's a little bit R&B style, which I also really like. I really love Bae and Lily's pre-chorus, as it really sounds like you're ascending, like you're literally ascending as you hear these vocals just blessing your ears. It's an overall really good song, production, dance, absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. I love it. It's just so good. Now for the other category of music, we have Reflections by The Neighborhood. Now this song really makes me feel a bit vulnerable and reflective, and I've really been leaning into that feeling a lot this month. Yeah, it also makes me just feel overall really peaceful, you know, because it is a very slow song. I can just put my headphones on, close my eyes, and I just have this beautiful vocal that's just playing in my ear right now, which I really love. Okay, and then another one that is on this list would be New You by, I don't know if the X is silent, so it'd be Ploshi, or is it Exploshi? The song New You, I love it so much. It reminds me of Nintendo, and it's also very nostalgic. It makes me feel like I'm in the Nintendo waiting room in like Me or something. I'm pretty sure I played this song at least 50 times already in just like a week. Just a week. It's not even been a month. It's been just a week. Lastly, in my song category would be We Are the People by Empire of the Sun. Now, this song right here, I would describe the song to make me feel like I'm floating. Makes me feel very uplifted. Makes me feel like I'm connecting with people. I don't know if that makes sense, but I always feel really connected when I listen to the song. It just makes you feel like you're floating as well. Like all the songs that I've been listening to this month have had this constant thing where I'm just floating. I'm just kind of there. You know, I feel like when I listen to the song, I'm dancing, but like in a floating style. That is all the music that I've really been connecting to and listening to in the month of May. Even if you guys had certain songs that you just were playing on repeat, let me know. I definitely want to know. I forgot to also add, because I put sounds in this category as well, there's certain sounds that just really connect with me. First sound is rain. Like, it puts me in this very sleepy mode. It rains a lot in Florida, so I'm always feeling that way apparently. Whenever it's like a really intense rainstorm and it's a day where I don't have to do anything, it's the best day of my life. It's like an introvert's dream. And another one is synth music. Me and synth music, it does something to my brain that scratches it quite nicely. It sounds very comforting, it's exciting, and it reminds me of the 80s. Or I watch regular show because it gives me that just automatically. I think that's why I like regular show so much. It just has so much synth music inside of it. But yes, that's everything within the music and sound category. Now we're gonna move into body. So if you're somebody who has been waiting for more product-based things, you'll find that here. First thing we have in body is my EOS body lotion in the scent Vanilla Cashmere. I'm somebody who has eczema, so I can't use a lot of scented products, but I can use this, so that makes me very happy. So the scent notes on here would be described as whipped vanilla, a softness of musk, and caramel. So if you like any scents that kind of lean into that, you would love this. The moisture on here is very nice, and if you have sensitive skin like I do, I have noticed that it doesn't irritate my skin at all, which I really love. Another thing in the scents department that doesn't irritate my skin and smells absolutely heavenly, I'm using them, I'm literally using them, is these cocoa musk oil perfumes. Like, I feel like with my whole combination that I'll show you guys in a few minutes, it like brings out everything. So this oil perfume has the notes of vanilla, spice, chocolate, powder, musk, cocoa, and amber. Because it's small, you're like, I don't know about that, girl, but you smell it. You really do, especially when you put it on your scent notes, like on your body. You will smell it. A lot of people tend to compliment my smell when I combine the EOS, the cocoa musk, and coconut oil, which is the next thing on here. Coconut oil I use for multiple things. The main two things that I've been using them a lot for is oil pulling my teeth and after the shower oiling. So I put on coconut oil after the shower to lock in the moisture that I have gained from the water. I don't even dry my skin off. I immediately put the coconut oil on. My skin really likes it to the point where the eczema on my arm is slowly healing. Right here, there used to be a huge reaction of eczema, but from the coconut oil, it's starting to go away. Here, it's a little bit different because I scratched that area a lot. So yes, that's why I use coconut oil for my body. As for oil pulling, I love to oil pull my teeth. I have noticed a really nice difference when I started to do this, and even my dentist has complimented my teeth when I started oil pulling. My gums appeared a lot more healthier and my teeth were a lot whiter as well. The thing that I have researched that oil pulling can do is help with cleansing out excess bacteria and reducing bad breath as well. Because there'd be times I'll eat like a garlic bread or something, my breath be kicking, but you oil pull, gone. I feel like that's like the best time to oil pull, as it is like a lengthy process. It tends to lean between just 10 minutes to 15. And that is actually everything on my, wait, let me double check. Yes, that's actually everything on my body care recommends. Combine oil first, body lotion, and then the little oil perfume. Girl, you're gonna be smelling heavenly. Like you've been kissed by angels. Now we're in the last category, which makes me sad because this video is ending, which is lifestyle and self-care. One thing on this list that I've really been implementing a lot more of is crying and being vulnerable, letting myself feel my emotions and crying about it. Or I'll watch something and it connects to me, and rather than being like, oh okay, I actually literally just physically cry. Now, like, some people might view that as very sensitive, but I really don't mind it, to be honest, because there has been a time where I didn't even let myself feel emotions. So to be able to feel emotions feels absolutely amazing. It feels like I've allowed myself to trust in myself to feel comfortable with being vulnerable and being able to cry and expressing my emotions. Another thing that ties into this is meditating. I've been trying to meditate a lot more and sit with my thoughts because I am a overthinker. I'm trying to let myself hear my thoughts and sit with them and be like, okay, why do you feel this way? Let's explore this a little bit. In that moment, it makes me feel safe to address it, and the adult version of me can kind of talk to my child version of me and be like, oh, why do you have this fear? I can listen, and adult me can be like, okay, you can feel safe to do the thing that you want, or you can feel safe to not have to overthink this thing because it hasn't even happened. This is something that you don't have to worry about, and that feels very safe. So meditating is something that I literally have to do to make sure that my overthinking doesn't overpower my overall happiness and overall mental health. And the next thing is actually kind of random, but butterflies. I always really liked butterflies, but I think it's because I'm a Scorpio and it's like this sign of transformation. So my connection to butterflies just kind of makes sense. For me, when I see butterflies, it reminds me of growth and change. Sometimes as a Scorpio, we are fixed signs, so we don't really like a lot of change. For me, butterflies remind me that change is beautiful because, you know, you have this little caterpillar that turns into a whole butterfly. What a beautiful process that is, you know? I always have butterflies as like little hair clips or like accessories. This is actually a hair clip. This is super cute, and I just put it in my hair just as like a daily reminder of how I am as a person. I'm transformative. I am somebody who goes through things but can blossom through those things. That's what butterflies represent for me. Yes, let's get into the next thing. The next thing on this category is book annotation. I don't really like to make it really huge and really grand because I want to make sure I'm actually enjoying the book. I'm not doing too much. I'm not like hyper focusing on the process of annotating rather than the book itself. What I use to annotate is a highlighter, a pencil, and a dictionary, and like the annotating tabs as well. So the dictionary is for me not having to rely on my phone and me actually having to look in a physical book to find the words, and within finding those words I can be able to find other words. And I find that when I do use a physical copy of a book, it sticks longer to the point where my vocabulary is enhancing. Now for my actual annotating process, at the top you'll see I have a little bit of like a gray tab here. So that gray tab will tell me what my annotating tabs mean within the book. So it will turn to the page of my annotating index, and for here in the book Pride and Prejudice, my tabs mean the red is unfamiliar words, green is random comment, dark blue is a summary, and yellow is just something I really liked within the text. I don't have them stacked amongst each other. I have them stacked in like a staircase kind of way. I just find this to make reading books very immersive. It makes reading really fun. And yes, I really like annotating books. Even in school as well, I hope to annotate our textbooks and all those different things so I can really engage with it a lot more. Next thing on here is meal planning and cooking foods myself. Now this might be a little bit biased because I love cooking regardless, but I enjoy making meals myself as I feel like I can customize them in a way that makes me feel very happy. I can share recipes and learn new skills. Maybe if there's a recipe that I don't really know about, or maybe there's something I've been wanting to learn, but I just never brought myself to learn it. Cooking allows me to do that, and I have to be uncomfortable and expand. Okay, we have to learn how to make this. We're gonna do a trial and error. It might work out, it might not, but at least I gave myself the opportunity to try it out. And I find that really fun about cooking. If you want to, make a meal for your family, or you want to make a meal for your friends, or you want to invite your friends over for like a dinner party or something, or you're hosting something, you're like, hey guys, like, you want to try like something that I made? I find that really fun about cooking. It's a very community-based kind of thing, and I really like that. Last thing on here would be tea trays. Tea trays are something I have recently gone into. I think actually in April, maybe. It's kind of carried on to May. Absolutely love the idea of it. This is my tray. I already have this tray laying around, so I just used it for my tea. I love tea trays because they create a very calm and immersive experience with whatever it is that you're doing. You can kind of create different themes for it. Say if you want to have like a sleepy time tea moment, you have a sleepy time tea, and then you can add other foods and things on there that... So my video actually cut out. So basically I was saying that you can add certain things like cherries and dark chocolates to match the theme of a sleepy time set. That's personally what I really love about tea trays, is how customizable they are and how you can really immerse into the moment of just you and a tray having a nice, cozy moment. But if there's anything that you guys been doing in the month of May that's really been connecting with you, or you just simply been loving, I would love to hear that in the comments, as it made me really happy to share the things that I've been doing with you guys. And I would love to hear different things that you guys been doing as well that maybe we connected with, or maybe that you started that I could try in the next month. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.